Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, man who allegedly confessed to killing woman in Glengoff charged. A St. Catherine man who allegedly confessed to killing and burying a woman who was like a sister to him has been charged with murder and unlawful burial. He is Orlando Chin, otherwise called Juki, of Cassava Peace, Glengoff. Chin was charged Saturday afternoon following a question and answer session. The deceased woman, 32-year-old Lisa Babes Kobre, went missing on September 28, and a notice was posted in the community offering a $100,000 reward for her safe return. The news understands that Chin turned up at the Lawrence Tavern police station in St. Andrew on Monday night and reportedly confessed to the heinous crime. Dressed in full black and wearing handcuffs on Tuesday morning, he led investigators to the spot where Cobra was buried in a shallow grave in the hilly community. It is understood that Cobra's mother, Sonia Beverly, who had 4 girls, desired a son so badly that she took Chin into her girls' town Lane home in Glengoff 10 years ago. Squabble over Mandeville market repairs. Mayor claims MP and the minister politicizing issue. Mayor of Mandeville Donovan Mitchell has blasted Manchester Central Member of Parliament Rhoda Crawford and the local government minister Desmond McKenzie over what he claims is the politicizing of repair works for the Mandeville market. Mitchell, who is the People's National Party's representative for the constituency, pointed to Crawford's visit last Saturday, a day after gunmen killed 2 people and injured 5 others there. What pierced me most is that in speaking to the media, she speaks about a sum of money that the minister says he is going to be spending on the market. I don't know any of that, and what I am gathering from what she has said is that, though it is the Manchester Municipal Corporation's responsibility, she has been begging the minister for money to fix the market, Mitchell told the Thursday's meeting of the corporation. I just want to say for the record that it is not so. I can go back as far as about 2011, 2012, somewhere there, when we did a study and the recommendation went as far as to the Inter-American Development Bank. And from our minister here took over in 2007, we have not seen anything happening to those plans for the market, added Mitchell. Last Saturday, Crawford said she will continue to lobby for repairs to the market. Some vendors have pointed out the state of the market. There is a need for repairs, even though it is the responsibility of the municipal corporation. As member of parliament, I spoke with Minister Desmond McKenzie, and I know that the government has identified funds to see to the repairs of the market, so in short order, we will see repairs to the Mandeville market, she said. Plans were shelved for a 3-acre property at the center of Mandeville, where the old rundown market is located, to be redeveloped as a modern, multi-story complex to house the market through a public-private partnership. Mitchell on Thursday reiterated his displeasure with the shelving of that plan. The fact is that we have not been getting any funds for capital expenditure to look at our facilities, said Mitchell, while pointing out also that the municipal corporation has not received a response regarding estimates in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl in July. After the hurricane, we sent estimates to the minister because there are some areas that are damaged, and to date the minister doesn't even have the manners to write back to us and say he is considering it, but only to hear the member of parliament announcing that a substantial sum is being allocated. I don't know what is a substantial sum and how much it is, and which areas of the market will be looked after, he said. I don't want the politicians, except the municipal corporation, to politicize our market operations and our operations of the council. We are not trying to buy any stride, said the mayor, who added that repair works are also needed at the Christiana and the Porous markets. Opposition senator challenges government to repeal illicit enrichment clause in Corruption Prevention Act. Opposition Senator Lambert Brown has argued that the government does not have the courage to take legislation to Parliament to remove Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act, which sets out the offense of illicit enrichment. Instead, he charged the government is attempting to get the courts to strike it down as unconstitutional. In a swift response, Government Senator Abka Fitz-Henley dismissed the assertion by Brown as absolutely false. As a lawmaker, I expected the senator to appreciate that if a litigant intends to strike down a law, the Attorney General would be named as a defendant in whatever action is carried, Fitz-Henley contended. This notion that there is an attempt by members of this side to strike down the illicit enrichment law and there may be some intention to carry legislation to the Parliament to achieve that is absolutely false, he insisted. During a testy exchange in the Upper House on Friday, the government senator accused Brown of misleading the Parliament on that issue. However, Brown challenged the government to repeal the illicit enrichment clause in the Corruption Prevention Act. They are cowards. They are hoping that some judge somewhere, someday, will say it's unconstitutional when the government of Andrew Michael Holness has the majority to change the law on illicit enrichment, Brown declared in the Senate while debating the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, amendment of First Schedule Order 2024. I dare you to bring such legislation here and avoid the cowardly route of trying to get a constitutional action in the court, Brown said. Earlier this month, Prime Minister Andrew Holness filed the papers in the Supreme Court asking it to strike down a law used by the Integrity Commission to probe public officials for illicit enrichment, calling it unconstitutional. Holness claimed that the investigation into his statutory declarations spanning 2019 to 2022 was premised on what he believes is an unconstitutional provision in the Corruption Prevention Act, Section 14(5), which outlines that a person who fails to satisfactorily explain their assets relative to their earnings commits the offense of illicit enrichment. Noting that the IC has said that 8 among us are being investigated for illicit enrichment, Brown bemoaned the fact that nearly 10% of the legislature was under the searchlight of the anti-corruption body for allegedly owning assets that were disproportionate to their income. With MOCA having some 60% of its complement, Brown urged the government to ensure that the agency was properly resourced to go after those involved in illicit enrichment. The opposition senator argued that with corruption eating away 5% of the country's gross domestic product, it was critical for MOCA to target the kingfish of white-collar crimes and to bring to book the crime lords of corruption. If we can get MOCA to deal with the corruption, then the contractors who put 1 inch of asphalt where 4 inches of asphalt should go, we would have better roads. We know that what is involved in some of the corruption is kickbacks, he said. Leader of government business in the Senate, Kamina Johnson-Smith, sought to defend the government's record in its fight against the corruption. She indicated that the government has established a strong institutional framework to fight corruption, expecting that the legal framework would be fair and to protect persons from any weaponization of its tools. Johnson-Smith also sought to put up a defense in relation to information that formed a part of the IC's investigative report into the Prime Minister's statutory declaration. There is nothing in this world that is illegal or unlawful about having multiple transactions, she said. The IC has examined more than 3,600 transactions involving 28 bank accounts linked to the Prime Minister. Anybody who does business or even operates in a personal capacity, someone who is hardworking, growing person who is seeking to grow their wealth and who is seeking to do better for themselves and their family is going to have bank transactions, Johnson-Smith said. She noted that the Proceeds of Crime Act and the Know Your Customer requirements create the flags where something is improper. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.